looks good. And let me just test out Streamlabs. Just because I don't want to miss anybody. Looks like everything is working as it should. So I'm going to jump into it. I want to do some more Eternal drafts. I've kind of caught the Eternal bug a little bit. Win 5 versus battles with a Primal deck. Okay. Well, maybe that's a little bit more of an incentive to go Primal in draft a little bit. And, yeah. Let's do it up. I'm just going to start drafting. We could do, I guess, some ranked with just like the basic Primal deck that they give you. Maybe I'll start with that, just get my brain warmed up a little bit. That sounds fine. All right. I feel like I should probably just make a new Primal deck to start things off. Because I've gotten a lot of new Primal cards here, so let's just add in some of this shit. Infiltrate, draw a card. I don't really love that. Oh, Permafrost has been good. I don't know how to beat Permafrost. I don't know if it goes away just by damaging it or what the story with that card is. Lightning Storm seems pretty good. I don't know, though. Maybe I'm getting to too high of a rank where just playing whatever random-ass cards I own isn't quite gonna cut it. We'll give it a shot, though. Sure. We can try that guy out. Oh, I have all my Yeti things. Oh, and there are actual Yetis in the game, too. Okay. Tough. That's worth considering. How good is this guy? When you play a Yeti, deals 1 damage to the other Yetis. I don't know. That doesn't sound super impressive. You know what? I'm already over this. Let's not worry about this for now. I hate making decks on stream. Okay, yeah, just bouncing things. What's up, Kaleri? Yeah, I guess I did know about those ways, but there's no... I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's many cards that actually interact with attachments, right? Okay, well, clearly I own none. Or I'm spelling attachments wrong. Oh, silence. That's really interesting. So, right, you can silence the auras. That's pretty cool. Maybe that's not the right word. Well, no, because they're called. What is permafrost called even? Is it attachment? Oh, it's a curse. All right. Well, maybe this just doesn't work. All right. Maybe this search feature just doesn't work the way that I want to, or I'm like actually blind and just can't spell attachments wrong. I've seen there's like it's like a 4-mana 4/3 in red that destroys attachments, right? Yeah, kill an enemy attachment. Oh, attachment has 2 T's. Whoopsie. All right. So here's all the cards that interact with attachments. There's a bad card for 1 mana. This is probably the best one, right? Because it's on a creature. Or you can gain life, or you can make them discard a card. So, yeah, Furnace Mage is probably the only real card. But right, the bounce is good too. So if you're playing time, excuse me. bouncing your own creature might be good. But those seem like the only ways to be able to deal with permafrost. You can give your creature endurance. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true too. Giving your creature endurance works. Okay. Yeah, I have seen somebody did that against me, actually. For now, what the hell am I talking about? Alright, let's do a draft, I think. You know what, I'm gonna wait, see if any more people show up. Let's just play some random ranked with this basic primal deck. We've got a quest where if we win 5 games with a primal deck, we'll get a gold chest. And this will buy us some time here. See if anybody else wants to show up to the stream. Sand's kind of weak. It's on the draw. Let's redraw this. Seems real slow. Alright, we can make something work with this hand. We had like an 8 drop in that hand, and some 6 drops, some shit like that, so little too expensive. A little too expensive for my tastes. This guy can clear Aegis from something. Worth noting. I could block their 1 point of damage here. Oh, it stops the 1/1 from attacking as well, so might as well not attack. There we go, there's an Aegis guy, so we can clear that Aegis out if we need to. Just block here. Let's go ahead and play our own Aegis Flyer. Look at these 2 cards next to each other. This one just says lifelink and mine doesn't. That's so fair. But I guess it is fair. Maybe green is supposed to have better creatures and blue gets the better spells. Just like Magic the Gathering. Though in this game, white has the bounce effects and stuff. Playing this guy, I can't really attack. Oh, okay. This is a 1/1 that got Warcried, right? Because of the green stats. I was like, maybe it's just supposed to be better than my card. I'm not sure. If we attack, we can then just Acolyte our Gruon. And then our opponent can attack with this, I guess. So we don't really have any good attacks. Do we just want to Acolyte the Familiar? So we either use Acolyte on the Familiar to clear the Aegis, or just save the Acolyte for my Windshaper. I'll just save it here. My opponent's not really clocking us. They are hitting their land drops here, so that is kind of scary in its own way. We might want to take out this guy. For right now, I think I'm just going to play some big beefy flyers, and I think those are going to get out of hand. This is the basic primal deck that they give you, Primal Fury, when you start the game. So this is like no adjustments made to it, Primal Fury. Wait, let's read this relic. What does this say? Oh, it's a 5/5. That's what it says. So he's got Exalted now. Sure. Kind of just want to take out the Warcry. Warcry can get pretty annoying. Yeah, he's got Exalted on himself for all of the creatures that he might play in the future. Now we get to follow it up with a 6-3. I'm not sure if that was totally right to trade there. But... So I get a little bit punished. We top deck that. As long as he doesn't have any, like, super big expensive cards, it looks like his deck is mostly bad cards as well, so... that, I think benefits me in the long run. So we can trade our Thunderbird for his thing. It seems fine. I don't love it, but then my opponent is completely devoid of Warcry threats. And the fact that we can follow it up with a Windshaper means that my opponent won't be able to attack with the Silverwing Familiar either here. So, Windshaper, this guy gets bigger. And I think we're definitely in control of the game now. We've got 4 cards in our hand to our opponent's none. Oh, never mind. This is going to get the Exalted bonus. Alright, so we're not able to block that. We could hit it up with the Cobalt. Oh, now I see what you're saying, Kaleri. It doesn't get +1/+1 until end of turn. It gets +1/+1 forever. I see. I see. Alright. So, yeah, we're gonna... Let's lead off with Wisdom of the Elders. Well, this card's pretty good, eh? And let's just play this. Now we can double block. That's gonna stop his guy from attacking. We'll trade our 2/3 for his 3/3 Aegis Lifelinker if he attacks. Does this guy do? Just got Trample. That seems good enough. We could also play Primal Incarnation and leave open Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike's not great against an Aegis guy. Let's just play our biggest, beefiest monster here. Oh, when did this happen? Oh, it costs 7 mana, so this card is probably, I don't know if you can see like what its printed stats are at any point. But now we can get Island out before we play the Lightning Strike. Then next turn we'll have Primal Incarnation, which we'll be able to block on this. Yeah, I have noticed that, like, you can kill a card, like there's like a Grimgaunt Devourer card and you can kill it and then it like keeps the stats when you like redraw it. Alright, so he's got a 9/9 here, which means I'm glad I didn't play Primal Incarnation. We just would have lost our dude. I think I just want to take this here. I think we gain more equity by just having our island survive. Our opponent gave us a choice as if we wanted to trade island for Roland's Honor Guard there. This also allows us to do it with Lightning Strike backup, so no funny business here. We'll be able to block it with the Primal Incarnation, and then if my opponent has some kind of funny business, we can still take it down. So, looks like we're free to attack with this guy. Looks like we're free to attack with this guy as well. And we could attack with this, but I think I'd like to keep this one back to block. So, we'll just send in our 2 big monsters here. Get our opponent down to 25, a much more reasonable life total. Wait a minute. That's the starting life total. That's not great. Oh no, that's really no bueno. Oh, great. Wait, why did his... Oh, you're invulnerable to damage this turn. And then what happened? Did he put a weapon on this? Alright. This is definitely not great. Oh, and this still has Aegis. Shoot. Well, I can't just take 15. So I guess we're chump blocking. We'll chump block this turn. Go down to 7. So now this is lethal. This can be lethal. But, I don't know, maybe a huge empowered lightning strike can get us out of this one. I think so. Alright. Let's see what happens. Oh, I could have cast Lightning Strike that turn. Wait, Lightning Strike plus double block the 9/9 was enough. What the hell am I doing? Alright. I just can't do... You know, so in my head, I was just assuming this was going to become a 10/10, but I forgot he wasn't attacking alone with it. Alright. So now it's a 10/10. Let's see what Lightning Strike brings us. Maybe it'll bring us some goodies. Alright, I get to draw 2 cards. What is that going to bring us? A bird. Alright, nothing great. Let's just trade off here. Yeah, we have to. Alright, I definitely messed that up. Opponent's at 49 now. This is going to be quite tough. Got some killer. I think we should just remove the Aegis from this and then play a Thunderbird so that we can attempt to double trade here. Well, if that's the play, then maybe I just take out the Silverwing Familiar? No, I can't do it like that. Okay. Like if I'm planning on double blocking this though, maybe I should just stun this. Right? Because I'm already answering this. It's a little risky. Yeah, that was a huge blunder last turn to just not... Alright, they're going to take out my other flyer. Oh, and now this is for 7? Oh, that's really unfortunate. So I don't even know what I can draw here now. I need to draw another one of... I guess that helps. Let's smash for some damages. Need to kill our opponent eventually here. That does clear their weapon as well. All their cards continue to have Aegis. We're going to have to chump block their 7/7. Which means I guess we can kill their Silverwing Familiar. Alright, let's just kill this. Put him up to a clean 50 life points. No big deal. Alright. Trump block this. What's in my deck that can deal with this? Anybody know? I need to draw one of the 5/3s. It's not really a 5/3, but Primal Incarnation. That's what I need to draw. Snowball doesn't help me. I'll clear out the Divine Shield, though. And then I've got a chump block and take 4. Yeah. Maybe I could have attacked first to potentially kill the 4th Tree Elder for free. Alright, 66. This is no problem. We can do this. We've come back from worse, right? Scaly Guardian's gonna get us there. Alright. That was miserable. Let's try that again. This time, let's pay a little bit more attention. That's why I wanted to do some ranked games first. Just kind of wake up my brain a little bit and get us into the Eternal mindset rather than jump right into draft here and just burn all my stuff. On the play, Sand's obviously a little bit slow, but on the play, I think you can keep it. Got Wisdom to draw more cards here. Yeah, the fact that all buffs and stuff are permanent other than, like, the giant growth effect, which is really just, like, the one card that I can think of, definitely makes cards a lot more powerful than they would otherwise be in Magic. But what the hell is this thing? It's a 3-mana 5/5. Oh, whenever a spell targets him, transform him into a 1/1 frog. Oh, that's cute. Okay. We'll draw some cards. Does that count as abilities? No, it doesn't. At least I don't think it does. Anybody want to correct me? If I stun this, will it become a frog? Only one way to find out. Nope. It's a 5/5. But it's a 5/5 that isn't attacking us this turn, so can't really complain. We've got Lightning Strike to clean it up at some point here. See if he Lightning Strikes me. No, he uses a Wasp. That's fine. Clears the way for my Primal Incarnation here. Yeah, that makes sense. It says just spells, so it only counts spells. Makes sense. Alright, and they are throwing down a main phase Ambush Viper. Guess let's grab some Favor. I'll throw the Favor into play, and I'll just prepare to Lightning Strike my opponent's frog over there. Alright, my Primal Incarnation is deaded. But bearing a backlash, we should be able to clean this up here. Cool. And what's this card called? Aractodon. We'll play our Aractodon here. Don't think we want to trade, especially because we have Ice Sprite. And Ice Sprite's going to keep my opponent's flyers at bay as well, because I can give it +1/+1 here. Oh no! Alright, another trade. But, I don't know. I mean, all my opponent has to do is kill the Ice Sprite, but, like, we're pretty much ahead on board. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, let's hang on to that for a minute, I think. I don't think we have to play it yet. Though, maybe we could, like, bait out by, like, attacking with Windshaper. They're not going to triple block if we attack with Windshaper, right? Yeah, and now we can just clean up their whole field. That seems reasonable. I could have waited on that still, but I may have not been able to make that same Windshaper attack if my opponent had played more stuff. Alright, and they have a Snowball. Snowball is not a fast spell, but still want to be careful of it here. Don't want to, like, block this guy. Think I should just Lightning Strike it. No messing around here. Let's just get that out of here. And that's going to make my opponent concede. Sweet! 1/5 of the way there. Are there any, like, horrible cards in this deck? You know, but maybe I've opened up some good primal cards. I'm going to change my mind again. Let's go ahead and make this primal deck a reality. So I guess I could look at my multi-faction cards and see if I can make any good primal decks that include other stuff here. Oh, I've got the stuff that I drafted. I've got the Storm Lynxes, the Nesting Avasaurs. Oh, I have a False Prince of my own. And then what do we have? These aren't great, I don't think. Alright, so really my options for multicolored cards are just Nesting Avasaur, Accelerated Evolution, and Twinning Ritual. I don't think I love any of that. I think I like the mono primal stuff, specifically just because of that one flyer. I think that's like my best card. Where is it? You know which one I'm talking about, the card I just played. Free if you play 2 spells. So that also only counts spells, right? So that's not super easy to do. Alright, let's look at what else we have. Whenever you draw a card, it gets bigger. Sure, we'll try it out. Primal Incarnation. Yeah. This is the card that makes me want to play Mono Primal. Crystallize is at least really good for the cards that I have access to. Not gonna play our Yetis. This guy just dies to hero power. No point in playing him. When you play another unit with flying, that's probably good enough. Alright, what else are we working with here? We want 25 of these bad boys. Okay, give a unit flying. We probably don't need that, but it does just cycle. Play the Storyteller. I do want to play Backlash, Permafrost. Oh, we only get to put 4 more cards in the deck here. Those are going to be Lightning Strikes, right? I think they have to be. Lightning Storm is really good too, and that might actually make me just want to change around some other stuff. Oh, and I didn't put in Static Bolts yet either. 5 damage to a flying unit. Alright, so what if we, like, cut the Hatchlings because they died a Lightning Storm? I think we can cut Cobalt Acolytes considering every card in the deck currently has flying. Except for the Frostkin. You know what? Lightning Storm might not be good enough. Let's just play 2. Gives us enough to play them like if we really need them. Without kind of going all in on it. And you know what? This guy's been fine for me. Let's throw in some Gruons here. And that looks solid. I guess the one thing that Cobalt Acolyte can do is it can give the Wind Shapers flying. This deck's like pretty expensive. Alright. We're gonna try this Primal deck out. It might be worse than the Primal Fury theme deck that they start you with. But we'll give it a shot. How does this look? A little bit slow on the play. Alright, I'll keep a slow hand on the play. My opponent is echoing over there. we're on the board. Wonder what my opponent is echoing when they're in time and justice. What? What? This thing's insane! Oh my god. Some of the cards in this game I read and I'm just like, how the hell does that exist? Now, all of his cards are going to have +2/+2 that he plays for the rest of the game here. I mean, it might not be absolutely everything, but considering he didn't play anything on turns 1 and turn 2, doesn't feel like this is looking great. Wow. Okay. Sure. Play Primal Incarnation. Next turn we get to play the Wind Shaper. And that'll turn this into a 7/4, which means it could positive battle the Karmic Guardian. The fact that my opponent also has flying cards in his deck is going to make this really unfortunate. Well, he's not attacking anytime soon. Let's just play our Savant. Get that out on the battlefield as soon as possible. May even want to play the Wivark. Might want to play our Wivark here. That's obviously a sweet combat trick that we have access to. I think I am just going to play my Wivark here. Right, yeah, it only pumps the cards in his hand, but like the fact that he didn't play anything on turn 1 and turn 2 means that, like, I was assuming he was just going to be sitting on a bunch of monsters that he would be ready to drop down here. Doesn't quite look like it. It looks like we might be safe. I'm going to save the activation for the Wyvark here. Hopefully my opponent doesn't just kill all units. That would be no bueno. Alright. 6/6 killer. He's going to go ahead and kill my Drawlosaur. I don't know why I called it a Drawlosaur. My draw card, Savant. We can stun the Karmic Guardian, get in for a bunch here. Sounds fine. Yeah, I would have loved to have that Savant in play while I was doing that. You know what? Let's play the Savant again here, and we'll set up to next turn make use of the stun for the Frostkin. Yeah, looks like this guy didn't actually do that much, luckily. Just feel like I don't need to use this right now. But it's not going to get any better. I mean, it could get better. Right, and the fact that... Right, we're going to give it +1/+1. Alright, let's hold off on it again. That's going to kill my Primal Incarnation. Well, that opens up the board pretty significantly here. Ooh, and that was my opponent's Echo card? No, it wasn't, because it didn't get a bonus. Like a triple block? That doesn't sound like something I want to do. Alright, well, let's just play a 6/6 for now. We'll figure out the rest later. Oh, it's got endurance. Can't be stunned. Actually just can't be stunned or exhausted. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, if it's just the 6/6, we could trade off both of these for it. Still don't think I want to do that. We'll take 6 here. We can only do that one more time. But Static Bolt, that is something that can get us somewhere, for sure. Okay. Well, just playing Wind Shaper gives us a 7/7. And that's pretty good. It also means that this guy can now trade with the Sauropod, but it can trade with the Sauropod regardless. Static Bolt is not a fast spell. So that's worth noting. I guess we're just trading off the Crag for this at this point. Anything else that I would want to do here? I could bait out a kill spell on this. Oh, I could... Okay. Let's just killer this. Whoa, what? Okay, I've never seen that interaction before. Okay. That was a new one to me. Okay, and this guy did get the bonus. So that means they've got 2 more Twin Broods in their hand. And they're going to go for a Warcry attack here. Can't say I love this. No, they're going to attack with a bunch of stuff. Okay. We've got good blocks. We can block here, 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 and here, and then take 5, putting us down to 6. I think I like that. Yeah, I just learned that, Galari. Yeah, that was definitely a new interaction for me. That was interesting. Alright, so now do we just want to stun this guy, or do we want to play a Primal Incarnation? Feel like we want to attack with our Savant here. It's also good on defense, though. I guess is the trick. Let's attack with it. It gets in some damage. Maybe that costs us the game. But maybe it doesn't. Yeah. And then let's just stun... Let's just stun this big guy for now. Alright. Now my opponent doesn't really have any great attacks here. Uh-oh, 8 mana. Alright, another Sauropod. Right. Those Sauropods are going to keep on coming, aren't they? I feel like I probably can't send this guy in. My life total's so low. This kills me, this kills me. But if I play a Static Bolt, I get another Static Bolt for free. That's got to be good. Though Static Bolt can also be used to clear... Yeah. Static Bolt can also be used to clear a weapon for me, potentially, in the future. Was this guy going to block? I guess he can block just as good as the Savant. Let's attack with him. Oh, but if I attack with him, then my opponent could have another Ambusher. Alright, let's just attack with the Savant here. Alright, next turn I'll just use the Static Bolt. Regardless here, just to get it out on the battlefield. My opponent plays a Sauropod, and they've got another power in their hand. Oh, and they're going for an all-out attack here. Okay. So, in order to not die, we can take hits from both of these guys and not die. Which means all we have to do is eat this. We can actually eat this. That might be better. We eat that there. We would then double block one of these big monsters. Oh, is damage going to work the same way it does in Magic? Like, am I going to lose the +1/+1 and then lose my Primal Incarnation? Probably. And this is still a good block, I think. And then we'll chump block here. Let's find out. No, I got to keep him. Very cool. Alright, that put me down to 4, but I have lethal attackers in the air, and I win. Okay. Very cool. Guess my opponent felt that I was just getting too many flyers on board and that he wasn't going to be able to hang in for too long there. I'm not sure. I wasn't really evaluating the board from his position, just from mine. There's a chance he made a mistake there. This hand looks fine. We've got 3 mana and 4 cards that we can play, so I'm not going to complain with a hand like that. Alrighty. Primal Sigil. Let's do it up. And let's keep them coming. I drew 2 Thunderstrike Dragons last turn. This card seems pretty good. Echo seems like a pretty powerful mechanic, and we don't really have too many Echo cards right now, but when we get some more, we might want to consider playing some cards that like are synergistic with Echo. For right now, I think we'll throw down the Aegis guy. I think that has the least opportunity to backfire. My opponent could have the +3/+1 and Overwhelm. Looks like they might. They either have that, where they are just Grave Pacting it back, or they're going to try to Grave Pact it back next turn. Well, we'll trade another Aegis Bird for that. Have fun, Kaleri, and best of luck. So I take 1 damage every time I draw a card. Interesting. That's going to add up. That's definitely going to add up. I'm dead in 25 turns here, at least. And I'm dead even quicker if I discard cards or draw cards here. Stun an enemy unit. So do we just want to run this out? Oh no, we can play a Thunderstrike Dragon. Easy peasy. It's pretty good. My opponent's just drawing sigils. I don't know if they are a combo deck or a control deck more. Seems like a good card against them. For now, let's just smash in. The only card I know that destroys all creatures is the green one. So I think we're pretty safe to just go ahead and lay out all of our dragons here. Flying, lifesteal, 1 damage to each enemy. Oh, cool. That means you gain a whole bunch of life there with it. That's pretty cool. Do we want to stun it? Or get out the Serpent Trainer first? I think we can take a turn to develop the Serpent Trainer. Yeah, now my opponent's life total is super low here. We've got the stun of the Frostkin. That should be able to do them off in pretty short order here. Ooh, Lightning Storm. Well, now if they attack with this, we have an answer. But they can't really attack with it because then we have lethal. Yeah, they opt not to attack with it. Smart play should mean that this ends the game for my opponent here. Indeed. Alright, that's 3 wins. 1 more win. And we are at silver 2, and then one more win, and we'll have that free gold chest. I assume our primal deck gets better once we open up the primal theme decks that we'll get when we just play a little bit more here, so let's redraw this a little bit slow. And on the draw. Not sure if my opponent gets to see that. Does your opponent get to see all of your fate abilities? I'm not sure. We're going to take 2 here from the Oni Ronin. Ugh, and then they're going to play another one. Oni Ronin is so strong. So we will answer it here. But yeah, it's a little bit unlucky. Though we do have the Gruon to kind of clog up the board here in a second. And my opponent only has 1 power. Maybe this is good. Yeah, my opponent kept a double Roni Onin hand with a single firepower. Oh, there's a seat, and they're going to put a flying feather on that. Well, it's going to be a little bit annoying for us, but not too annoying. We'll be able to stun it, and then we'll be able to Primal Incarnation it. Warcry and Quick Draw, well, that we can deal with, and well, I'll be if this Lightning Storm doesn't look insane. But you know what? I don't think we really even have to play it here. I think we can hang on for a second. Obviously, we're going to give my opponent another Warcry trigger, but alright, they're going to torch this. That's fine. They're going to put another Flying Feather on that. So, we're going to take 6 damage. My opponent's going to get 2 Warcries. But now my Lightning Storm is quite insane, and I am going to go ahead and cast it here. Playing a Primal Incarnation wouldn't stop my opponent from their attacks that turn. Play a weapon, draw a card. I can get behind that. Sure, I'll play a 1/1 flyer and crash for 3. My opponent is definitely sitting on some weapons here in this deck. Empower +2/+2. But it also gives +3/+3. Oh, so they're crashing in for 7 here. Alright, no blocks. That might have been a mistake. My opponent only needs to get 1 more feathers, but I feel like blocking it next turn, we're just going to be able to stave off more damage as long as my opponent doesn't have double torch. Alright. Looks like they've got pretty much double torch. And they're able to kill me there. Well played, Cookie Monster. You got me. I do still gain ranks when I go 50-50, though. Pretty sure. Mostly because the people that I'm playing against are going to be higher ranked than me, at least for right now. Yeah, let's redraw this. We got an 8-cost card, we got a 5-cost card, only 2 mana. Sounds cheap, but does still need a 3rd power to really get going here. So hopefully we can get there. Sure, we can just lead with the Gruons here. We'll go for Wisdom when we need to start hitting our land drops. Wisdom might also be able to be saved till we can, no, I'm not going to save it here. I just want to hit my land drops. I was going to say Wisdom can potentially be saved until you have the 1/1 flyer in play. Alright, my opponent is going for an all-out attack. We'll block. Trading a Gruon for a Torch seems pretty good to me. Primal Sigil. Could just throw out a Wivark. I am just going to play a Gruon here, actually. Feel like if my opponent is willing to throw a torch at me that easily, they are likely to have some more torches. And I'd rather trade my 3 mana card for a torch than my 5 mana card. And just like that, we are like super ahead of that deal. I think let's do it again. It's obviously not the most mana efficient play, but my opponent's still got to deal with this Gruon if they want to get through. Are they going to double piercing shot it? They are. So it looks like they are just Grenadin Burn here. That's kind of cool. Do I want to take 2 more damage? Not really. Let's play Windshaper first. If I play the Savant, I just take 2 damage. Don't love that. Very cool. Alright, now we can play Savant. And now it's a 2-2. So now it can block. Like if I was playing the Savant there, my opponent just would have attacked into it and I would not have blocked. They're going to Torch and kill the Savant now, though. That's fine. Let's play Windshaper. I think Mirror Image works the way that I want it to with the Wivark. Guess let's just attack with 1. My life total could be really relevant. There's the 1 card that just straight up deals 6 damage. Go ahead and get the most damage on the battlefield first. Next turn we can play Frostkin and Mirror Image our 5/5. Does that change stuff? I think it does. I think we just go like this and keep open Backlash now. And I think this should still have the killer. Yeah, it does. Okay. So let's swing out. And let's just killer this. My opponent obviously got pretty flooded here towards the late game with their definitely more aggressive deck. We have lethal here, so probably don't need to do anything other than just attack with everything. And looks like that will seal it up. And does that get us to silver 2? No, it puts us 1 point off. So if we win this game, we will be ranking up, and we will be getting a gold chest and a silver chest. A lot of stuff on the line here. Let's see what we can do. Alright, slow hand. We're on the play. Maybe we can make it work. I don't know, this is a little bit risky. A lot of marbles riding on this game. Oh, if my opponent leads off with a play. Oh, never mind. They're shuffling their hand back. We mulligan too quickly. Alright, initiated the sand, so at least we got something to crystallize in a few turns here. But Crystallize is a really powerful spell. The longer we save it, the more value we can get off of it in a big tempo play. Alright, well, I just want to cast it right now. I would gladly take a Lightning Storm or something like that. My opponent's going to have access to 5 power on their turn. We are going to... Do I have Bluffs off? Oh, okay. The Smart Auto Pass is off. Alright, so no blocks here. Hopefully my opponent doesn't play something huge with 5, and we can draw a Lightning Storm and put them back down to 3. Looks like we will get to start our turn here. And Lightning Storm? No, not quite. Okay. So no Lightning Storm. Let's go ahead and run out Frostkin here. Wisdom of the Elders. Pretty good. Alright, if we can survive one more turn now. Nothing huge, no whammies. Temple Scribe. No, the Obelisk. Just in time, the Obelisk. Wow. I need some spell power here, don't I? Alright, let's just go ahead and play a Savant then. Man, that was a clutch Obelisk from my opponent. They still have power in their hand, so maybe nothing too crazy from my opponent here. And they're going to stun my 3/3 so that they can get in for 9 points of damage. Well, we'll see how that works out for them. I go down to 11 here. And my guy is permafrosted, so that's not great. However, Wind Shaper, that's going to leave me with a 3/3 now. So now I've got pretty good blocks across the board here. My opponent is, yeah, just debating whether or not to ambush out another threat. Ooh, that's really good. They hit another land drop, and they're going to be able to bounce one of my guys. That looks like it's going to do me in. I get to block one of the 4s, and then I take 13. Yeah, I'm dead. This kills me. Alright, 84. I'm not sure. I don't think winning another one will rank me up. This hand's slow enough, or quick enough with the Static Bolt. I'm going to keep this. I think I can get into the game with a Static Bolt. Static Bolt should be able to buy me enough time to develop this Stormcaller, which seems really sweet. And there's no limit on the Stormcaller either. You can just keep doing it. Yeah, it is really interesting, though, that Ambush can stop Killer. Was not expecting that. Alright, with another Static Bolt in the wings. Now they both deal 3? Alright, let's hang on to him. We know my opponent's going to have some big cards in their deck. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are just playing the black-red theme deck that does still have some nasty cards in it, but it's not entirely all that nasty. Still think we can hold here for another second. What do you think? Alright, let's try it out. No luck's given, baby. 3 mana. They could play a 5/5 this turn. No, alright. Looks like we survived the onslaught. Might they have a Lightning Bolt for Stormcaller? Oh, I can just immediately activate this. That's pretty insane. Alright, let's kill their token. That's just better than blocking. We get to slowly gain some board presence here. Death Strike to kill me. That'll kill me. Whenever you play another unit with flying. Alright, let's lead with Windshaper. I think it's a pretty good blocker. It's got a lot of toughness here, so should be a little bit tricky to take down. And then their 4-drop is a Soul Collector. And that is what we've been waiting to Static Bolt. Though you know what? I can Wyver Arc here. That too. You know what I'll do? I'll play Cloud Snake, and then I'll Static Bolt this. That allows me to play the Wyvark next turn and pump up my Cloud Snake. And if my opponent doesn't play anything that I deem is worth killing... So this seems to me like they might have a -1/-1 effect. So do I want to block with the snake? I think not. I could just have Devour as well. I think they plan on giving all of my... Or at least giving this -1/-1. Let's wait. Just grow this guy a little bit more. And we'll have some better options for us in the future here. Yeah, let's play this guy. Are we going to block with this guy? We could block here and block here, but we could just block with this instead. So let's crash in for 3. Start getting the beats in. Right, this guy's a 6/4. We haven't seen any combusts from my opponent. Alright, here's the Dark Return. They're going to return the Soul Collector as a 2/2, but we've got Static Bolt and Skycrag with Rack for it. Okay, so if I block and kill 2 of their guys, it becomes a 4/4, which point I'm trading Wyvark for it. What if we just do this one? This could die to Lightning Bolt. It'd be pretty annoying. That's fine, I think, though. Alrighty. Then we'll play a 4/4. And if my opponent Lightning Bolts... they can't really Lightning Bolt anything now. Yeah, we're good. And I feel like we've got my opponent on a quicker clock than they have us. Let's just swing for 11. Swing for 11, and then next turn we get to swing for 15. Oh yeah, that's Xaxes. Alrighty. Looks like we did it. And does that rank us up? No, it doesn't. We need 1 more to hit that rank. Well, maybe let's go ahead and do that. Let's switch to a... good deck here. Ooh, we got an upgraded gold chest out of that with a booster pack. Very nice. And then a gold chest for the 5 versus battles with a primal deck. Very cool. Alright, so let's open these packs first, and then let's see if we can't rank up. Another Thorn Beast. This guy's good. Infiltrate. And I think this guy sees, like, constructed play. I know Desert Marshal does as well. Ambush, Silence, both decent effects. Got a Divining Rod. Don't think that card's too crazy good, but kinda cool. What do we get here? Another Stonecaster Magus. Alright, nothing too cool. Oh, you know what? This card's cool. I don't have any of this guy yet, I don't think. Alright, I like that. And what is our rare? Overwhelm, Aegis, Minotaur, meh, pretty lackluster. Let's rank up. I think we just want to redraw this hand. We're on the play. We can only play 1 card in the hand. Just go grab some more mana. This hand's a little bit lackluster. I'm not sure if we'll be able to rank up with this one. Looks like this guy knows what he's doing. But At the very least, we're playing our cards here. If we can hit our 4th mana, this hand becomes pretty good. Alright, looks like my opponent is mono black right now. Let's try to crash in, see if my opponent wants to draw a card. Does not look like they do. I'm a little bit hesitant to sacrifice my 2/2. I'm actually just going to go ahead and play a Slumbering Stone here. If we hit a land, we can still play Soul Collector, which is like fine off curve here. Because then the next turn... Oh, that would be crazy if they just killed my Slumbering Stone. Alright, but that is going to give us an Obsidian Armor. Perfect. And then we grab a Shadow Sigil, so we'll play Soul Collector, and then we will Ravenous Thorn Beast, the Slumbering Stone. Just going to give us a 2/2, a 5/5, and a 2/2 flyer. 4 mana, what do we have? Got a Cabal Recruiter. That should not be too big of a problem here. Do we want to mix it up at all? Do we want to play Stone Scar Magus or anything instead? Be a little bit more mana efficient, but when we hit 5 mana, we do have a play, Obsidian Armor and Champion of Chaos. So, just go ahead and do it up like this, and that's all we need to do here. No need to attack. Into an easy double block. Draw a random card from my hand. Do I lose it? Oh, shit. Okay. But the weird part about that is, like... Yeah, that card's so weird. Alright, let's crash with both of these. Like, my opponent can't play that card now, right? Unless they've got a way to, like, fix their mana. So I don't know if you, like, only run that with strangers or what you do. But, whatever. We lost a card that I kind of would have liked to have played, but ultimately, not a huge deal. Let's just play Rebel Illuminator. Stone Scar Mag is potentially a little bit better there, but... Okay, so maybe that's just how it works. Like, you just get to cast it regardless. Well, I really don't want him to activate. Same time, this guy's got Deadly. Alright, let's just block. It'll pump up my 3/3. I'm not going to trade my 3/3 in for it as well. If I had one more mana open, that would have been like a really bad attack for him. As is, let's just play our Deadly guy. Leave open Torch mana. Do I want to keep Soul Collector back on defense? Don't really want my opponent to play the top card of my deck for free. Alright, we'll play a little bit defensively here. Only going to crash in for 7. And they are going to kill the Soul Collector anyways. That's fine. So they still have to kill our 4/4 here, which they might be able to do. I think it's pretty reasonable that they're able to do that if they are a mono black infiltrate kind of deck. Yeah, double Cabal Recruiters and the like. For now, we'll just end here. Alright, double Torch. That gives us some plays. Stone Scar Magus means that we've got blocks for this guy. What happens if I attack with this guy? I trade it for this? I don't want to do that. They could triple block my Thorn Beast if I attack with it, so you're not going to see that out of me. Next turn, I'll just start keeping open mana for my kill spells. Maybe I could run out of main phase Devour. Alright, let's try some shit like this. Potentially do some big blowouts here if they go for the triple block. No, they're going to go for the single block, take 2. It is also worth noting that eventually my opponent dies to torches. And we'll just keep open mana to make the other plays if we need to. Right now we can double torch this. Entomb, kill all enemy units. Wow. Huh. Don't love that. So what do I want to kill with this Devour? Let's just negate that. Draw some cards. Start the turn. If we can connect with Champion of Chaos. If they trade, then we just Death Strike this. Alright, let's grab and play another Fire Sigil. They have to block both the Beast and the Champion. If they don't block them both... Oh shit, I shouldn't have spent my mana. We're gonna let them play the top card of their deck here. Maybe I just let them infiltrate once? No, I can Death Strike this, actually. Alright, so let's just prepare to Death Strike this guy, I think. Not sure what's going on here, unless my opponent is planning on killing their own Hydra. This attack seems pretty bold. They know I have one torch. 8 mana. Are they going to play a Vara of their own? Here I think we just attack with both creatures and then are able to torch them. Alright, they do have a Vara. Can they get back a flyer? No, they can't, so they lose. That was a pretty close game, but we got there in the end. Our opponent is out of mana, so they're going to chump block that. They're going to take 2 from our bat, and then we are going to torch him dead. Yeah, it was a pretty close game, and we got to see a pretty new, interesting card here, the Venom Spine Hydra. That would have been more difficult had they not attacked. That gets us to silver 2. It's going to get us a Chester Rooney. And we reached to silver 2 in the ranked league, so that'll get us some more prizes at the end of the month. I'm pretty sure I should be able to hit gold. I don't know when ranked leagues reset, but looks like we're climbing at a pretty decent pace here. So I'm going to try out a draft now. I did one draft yesterday. Didn't go too bad. I went 6-3, right? You get 3 losses in draft. Still don't totally know what I'm doing, but we're learning and we're figuring stuff out. So this card's pretty decent. It's a 3 mana 2/2 and 3/3. The Echo's pretty good. Infinite Hourglass also seems like it does a lot of work, as does Initiative of the Sands. You can see I have a little bit of a preference for time here. Dark Return seems like the next best card after that. Fortunately, we pass a lot of time cards, which I feel like might work into their algorithm a little bit here. But I'm not sure. I'm sure there's draft tier lists and things like that. But without really having too much of an idea of what's good in this game, Initiate of the Sands has been really good. I think Cockroach... Oh, Clockroach. That's cute. Clockroach seems like it might be a little bit mediocre if you can't get more Clockroaches to go along with it, and I don't know how consistent that will be. I'm going to go with my magic knowledge here and say that Birds of Paradise is a pretty solid card to be able to pick up in draft. So, let's take it. It's more of a Llanowar Elves, I suppose. But we will grab that here. When you draw a card, you gain a life. A big monster. Kill an exhausted enemy. Pilfer, Second Sight seems reasonable. Gorgon Swiftblade is really good, but in multiple factions, so maybe we don't want that. Centaur Raid Leader seems good. Endurance Warcry. Alright, so the best cards, I think, are Oryx Sentry, Centaur Raid Leader, and Gorgon Swiftblade. Swiftblade is definitely the best card. The question is, can we make it work? Wait, kill an exhausted enemy unit. Oh wait, this just kills any exhausted unit? Oh wait, execute's insane. Alright, we definitely want execute then. That seems really, really good. Where can we go from there? Well, we can grab a Thorn Beast. Thorn Beast seems good. Kill an enemy attachment. Not super exciting. Yeah, I'm going to take a Thorn Beast. I'm a fan of that card. We can try to make it work. A lot of primal cards in this pack. Back Alley Bouncer is a cute, just kind of mid-rangey card. I think I'm going to go with the Dragon. This card seems like it's probably a bomb. You get 2 huge flyers. Haunting Scream. There's like combos with it and stuff, but the Dragon just seems insane, right? So I think we want to be purple and blue. And that looks like what this pack is kind of telling us as well. Obviously, Combust is pretty good. I'm going to take Serpent Trainer. I think our best cards right now are Execute and Sapphire Dragon. And Serpent Trainer will go along with our Sapphire Dragon. We could still play blue-white, taking like a camel here or something. Draw a random card from the enemy player's hand. Well, I just had this played against me, and it seems pretty sweet. It's not, like, great, but I don't know. Seems like it might be good, as long as I understand it correctly. It looks like when you draw a card from the enemy player's hand, you get to play it as if its costs were any color. Like, it doesn't care what the... Oh, it says it right here. Stealing an enemy card also removes its influence requirements. Those were the exact words I was trying to say. Perfecto. Alright, let's grab a Subvert then. Strangers have flying. Looks like that's your strangers and your opponent's strangers. So that's a little awkward. But it could also work. I mean, it's a 4-4 or a 4-mana 3-3 flyer. And it could also give some of your random 2/2s flying. That seems good. Stonescar Magus, I think, is good as well. But that card seems fine. Summon. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Huh. Okay, so that works well with reanimation effects. I don't think that this card is any good. Yeah, I just don't think it's any good. It can pump up your Thorn Beasts or something like that. But what are the chances that we actually want a Flash Freeze? I think maybe a little bit higher, to be honest. Alright, let's take a Flash Freeze. We'll pass on the Sporefolk. Doesn't seem that great. Choose a spell or attachment in the enemy's hand. I don't love this either. Maybe we'll grab this. I don't think we're going to splash it. Quick draw seems kind of random on a relic weapon, though I guess it works. It means that you can keep using it. Just don't think we're going to play Sabotage, right? Let's just take it. Ooh, and here we have a Dagger and a Spirit Drain. Not a huge fan of the Dagger because I am not used to Eternal enough yet to really prioritize weapons that highly, but Spirit Drain seems fine. And Acolyte seems good as well. Pilfer is probably playable. Okay, well here's where milling some of your own cards comes in handy. Here's a Stranger that would be able to give flying. Frostkin seems good. I'm pretty sure Oblivion Strike, though, is just insane. By the late game, you have, like, I don't know, four things in there, but 5 toughness on a relic weapon seems really good to me. I've seen this card do some good things in Constructed, so I think I'm willing to give that a shot. Alright, let's read our multicolored rare here. 2 damage to each of your other units. And then you lifesteal that. Okay, well that's kind of cute. I don't think that that is anything to write home about. It's kind of cool. I might play it in my Constructed deck if I were to pick it up here. So that is potentially a reason to take it when, like, you're just starting out, but I think Feln Banner, just get a little bit of fixing for the deck. That seems fine as well. Then we can grab a Direwood Rampager. I think we're good on 6-drops, right? Here's all of our 6-drops. We got Sapphire Dragon and Spirit Drain, which aren't, like, super impressive, but Dark Return, I've just been super impressed with this card every time I've seen it, so I'm just going to grab Dark Return here. Yeah, the card seems good, but the question is, like, is it worth trying to play double red when we're already not in fire with that first bomb card that we had? And I'm not sure. It could have been worth it, but normally for bombs that you splash... Now, at the same time, you can look at the blue that we have. Maybe it would have been better, because all that we have in blue is Flash Freeze, which is mediocre. Dragon is really good. And then a Soaring Stranger and a Serpent Trainer. Yeah. So maybe it's a bad splash, but, like, maybe we could have just changed the deck around, even, too. I don't think I'm locked into blue, even as late as we are. Though I do have the Feln Banner now, which helps us. I have no idea if Spider or Dark Wisp is better. I have a feeling it's actually Dark Wisp. Spider seems good, but I think you can make the Dark Wisp go pretty far in this game. So, let's take a Wisp. Strangers are now deadly as well. Well, it's a good lesson, if nothing else. And a 5-mana card with Deadly is pretty lame, but it's going to make other Strangers that we see actually pretty reasonable picks. And I think we'll want to take them here. Rapid Shot is a reasonable combat trick. +4 attack and first strike. Let's take a Rapid Shot here. And then this pack definitely dried up. Guess we just take a Treachery because it's worth more dust to disenchant it. Alright, so here is a Stranger. It's definitely the pick. It's slightly on color, so that helps as well. Maybe it helps us splash Treachery? I don't think so. I don't think so. Alright, we'll take this. Don't love it. And I guess I'll just grab another Stranger again. Wow, this seems like a really late Civic Peacekeeper, right? This card's good. Maybe I wasn't reading the signals and stuff as well as I thought I was. Alrighty, and we'll cut Rampage out and the Acolyte. So what do we get here? We have a Carnosaur, which we are definitely not playing. Another Subvert. Subvert might be better than Wisdom of the Elders, though Wisdom of the Elders is just cheaper. The Wisdom does cost double blue. Ooh, you know what? Trickster's Cloak. I've seen this card do a lot of work. Maybe I just want a singleton Trickster's Cloak in the deck. Get through those last points of damage. It doesn't seem horrible. We're only halfway through the draft, so a lot of these cards we can probably cut. We could also, like, theoretically... I don't know, maybe we don't want to just go crazy and start picking up other colors of cards here. But there's definitely there's been a lot of good time cards for us. We pretty much picked up Initiate, and then didn't see any more time cards, though. Let's take Trickster's Cloak. Let's try it out. Ooh, Steward of the Past. This card is really, really strong. I actually thought that this card was a legendary because of just how much it did. Stonescar Stranger. Not really the Stranger that we're looking for. Steward of the Past seems pretty insane, though. So, let's pick that up. I think I'll take Execute here over another Haunting Scream. What can Haunting Scream really even do for us? 4 or less. So it can get a Serpent Trainer. Can give our Strangers flying again. It's not horrible, but Execute just seems insane. As long as I'm reading this correctly, right? And Exhausted is anything that attacks, blocks, or used its ability. And I just get to kill it. It's like destroy target tapped creature, effectively. Yeah, it seems good to me. Kill a unit with a single faction or a Yeti Troublemaker. Let's kill a unit with a single faction. This card's a fast spell, too. Yeah, Execute seems real good, as does Annihilate. Means that we don't really have to play stuff like Rapid Shot. Could play a Seek Power in this deck. It's not crazy. It's not horrible mana fixing. Yeah, Execute seems pretty good. You know what? I think just a back alley bouncer could put in some work here. This card's really good. I mean, the flavor-wise, this guy's on point. He just kind of sits there on the field and clogs up the board a little bit. So I like that. He kind of slows the game down. But maybe Seek Power's just better. I'm probably not going to play that. Let's play Back Alley Bouncer. Let's grab one. Slumbering Stone seems good. Here's an Elysian Stranger, though. How many ways do we have to make use of Slumbering Stone? I guess you don't really need that many ways. We really only have the Thorn Beast, but also, like, they just can't attack into this, either. Though we could also take a 7-mana 5/6 Overwhelm. That seems a little bit slow. Yeah, let's try out some Slumbering Stone action here. Here we could grab a Stranger. Yeah, I think I might actually just want a Stranger here. As weird as that seems. Got two cards, like Stranger's Flying and Stranger's Death Touch. Both seem pretty decent. Scheme is fine. As well, though. Alright, let's take a Scheme. Ooh, Soul Collector. That is really good. And that's going to really reward us for having something like Scheme in our deck where we can now tutor for a really good card. Haunting Scream seems good. It's good with Slumbering Stone. It's okay with Dark Wisp. It's really just draw a card with Dark Wisp. It's a -1. You know what? It's not great. It's really not great. Let's take another Feln Banner. And then let's take a Dark Wisp. Then let's take a Dark Return. That is pretty good. Is that our second Dark Return? It is. And Sabotage. Let's cut these Sabotages here, I think. Flying, charge, double its attack, and put it into your hand. What a neat card. That or a really good removal spell. Recurring Nightmare seems really good. I think Recurring Nightmare is really good. I have no idea, to be honest. Recurring Nightmare also feels like it might be a combo with the... Alright, well... Looks like... Alright, if you think Recurring Nightmare made this deck insane... though, I mean, maybe you're just saying the deck got insane because of the Dark Return and the Soul Collector. That's pretty good. But I guess Recurring Nightmare is good. There's just a lot of good cards in this pack. We're taking it over a Suffocate. But this card can, like, end the game, I guess. And maybe we just have enough removal. Oh, well, this card is definitely splash-worthy, right? Warband Chieftain. I don't think we can support the splash, though. And Serpent Trainer is also good enough. Maybe we'll be cutting some of the Stranger Danger stuff here. Yeah, I think we just take Serpent Trainer. Warband Chieftain does seem really good, though. But I didn't even pick up... Yeah, I have 2 Strangers to help me splash the Chieftain. I don't have any of the card that gets a Sigil of your choice from the deck. Lightning Bolt's obviously also really good. But we'd take the Chieftain before we take Lightning Bolt. I think we can just take Serpent Trainer here, though. I think we might even be able to cut all of the Stranger stuff. And I'd be happy with that. Definitely want a Death Strike, just unconditional fast spell removal. Stone Scar Banner would help us splash some of the cards that we didn't pick. Well, Death Strike is just insane. And then, of course, we grab another Warband Chieftain here. Of course, of course. So, Psionic Savant. Is that card any good? Strangers have flying. Flying, flying. Ooh, Savant is good with... Oh, what am I talking about? This is when you draw a card. Oh, what am I even talking about? Well, this card's still really good then. I thought it was the one... I thought it was the 2-mana guy that when you play a card with flying, you draw a card. Let's just take this. Sporefolk is now a little bit better that we've got double Dark Return, but I'm going to go ahead and take a Savant here, I think. And we just get another Warband Chieftain. That's pretty funny. Let's grab a third Feln Banner just to make sure that we've got all of the picks that we need. Take a Backlash, I suppose. It could come in handy. I think I'll take a Spirit Drain, but I don't think I'm going to be playing it. And an Infinite Hourglass. Alright, well this card is definitely not a first pick card if it went this late in this pack here. I thought this card was good. I guess I was wrong. It does still seem sweet. Let's take it anyways. And let's see, which of these cards do I need the most for my collection? I could probably do with taking one of those. Do we want another Rapid Shot? Yeah, we might play another Rapid Shot. I'm not sure. And we'll just take the better cards. Alrighty. So first, let's cut out those cards. This leaves us with a 10 or 13 land deck. So what are we looking to cut here? We're looking to cut about 6 more cards. I think we start with the Spirit Drains. We've got enough removal. So we've got to cut 4 more cards here. We could cut 1 Rapid Shot. We could just cut all 4 of our Strangers. If we cut all 4 of our Strangers, the deck is good to go. However, I'm not fully convinced that that is correct. Strangers are good with the Rapid Shot. Rapid Shot also only works on attacking. I like Scheme because it seems like our deck has some good cards in it now. The Subvert I am into. Could cut Savant. I don't know. Looks like maybe we just cut all the Strangers. I could still see keeping Soaring Stranger. Merciless Stranger's pretty good too. Alright, what's the other option? We'd cut the Bouncer. We would cut Backlash, probably. We'd cut a Rapid Shot. And we'd cut... I don't know, Subvert, the other Rapid Shot. Well, if we stop there, the deck is... Oh, if we stop here, the deck is 18 lands. 18 lands is good. So maybe we do that. What did I just cut? I cut a Bouncer, a Rapid Shot, and the Backlash. Alright. Alright, let's give this a shot then. Is there an add power button? There is. Oh, it auto adds power. 9 and 6. Deck is definitely heavier on black. We want to make sure we've got the double black for the whatchamacallit. Our 4-drop, our Soul Collector. Yeah, we want to make sure we've got double black for Soul Collector. Alright, let's give this a shot here. See how far this deck can take us. We found our first round opponent here. Best of luck, Firebug J. I think we can keep this hand. It is potentially a little slow for the play. Oh, depleted unless you have a unit. I did not read that card. Okay, there was a different way to view like the deck sort there. It's good to know for the future. Annihilate seems insane. Ooh, drew Soul Collector. And we are against a Time Justice deck. So I think this Soul Collector may just go the distance. Flying Warcry. As much as I would like to give Soul Collector, a bonus. Oh, I can just kill it with Acolyte. I guess I'll just kill it with Acolyte. The question is, do I want to have the Soul Collector in play first? I think I do. I think just that those +1/+1s are going to add up. This doesn't have as many sacrifice effects as, like, a deck that is built around Soul Collector. So we'll give my opponent one Warcry trigger. That shouldn't be too threatening for us, though. Because we should be able to deal with whatever my opponent puts out there. We might just want to throw down a Deadly Guy now. Or I guess we can annihilate this. Alright. So let's do this, annihilate this, and smash in for 3. Was mana efficient. It wound up working out. Yeah, this is fine. Overwhelm. We still have something for this. And you know what that something might be? Oh, wait. This card has Overwhelm. This entire time, I thought this card had Echo, and I thought that this card was just insane. Overwhelm seems a little bit more reasonable for a powerful dragon like that. That makes sense. We'll play the dragon out first, and I don't think we'll see our opponent attack here. I think we will be able to clog up the ground a little bit here. Cool. My opponent could attack, though. They decide not to. Alright, so let's swing in for 6 in the air. And I'm feeling pretty strong about this. Obviously, if my opponent plays, like, a Destroy All Creatures or something, that would be pretty shitty. I'm not going to play around that in draft, though. Merciless killing. There's not too much in the way of AoE in this game, so I feel pretty confident just doing like this. Okay. They're going to trade off. That is a little bit unlucky. I guess I could Death Strike this. No, I don't care enough about this. Oh, and we still trample over for 5. Well, that's pretty good then. I now also have a 5/5 to call my own. All units in your hand get bigger, except for that one. Alright, my opponent is debating, swinging in for 5. I think I will just trade this with my Death Toucher here. Yeah, no real ways to get blown out by that. It means my guy's going to go up to be a 7/7. Yeah, I like that. My opponent has to start attacking, or they're just going to die to this Psionic Savant in short order. Now I can swing for 7. If my opponent blocks, I get to blow them out with a Death Strike here. So, doesn't look like there are too many good plays for my opponent to make here. Ooh, and we get to steal their last card? Alright, let's do that first. What do we get? Oh, God. Let's give them a... I appreciate that. That even grew our attacker there. Oh, that was dirty. That was dirty. Oh, wait, but this card won't do anything, because I don't have a Time Sigil and a Justice Sigil in my deck. Alright, they play a Flying Ambusher. Let's just play an Ambassador first here, and end the turn. Yeah, no sigils found in the deck. That's funny. Ooh, invulnerable to damage. They're going to take out my flyer. Oh, I really like that guy. I really like that guy, too. Alrighty, let's smash in with some big clowns here. Obviously, my opponent wants to, at the very least, chump block. Though they could just take the damage this turn. That would also kill their threat. So, yeah, they are going for the triple block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'll just kill the biggest one, and then we get to kill all of their shit. Good game, my friend. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy steal. We just got their 7-9 for free. Not too shabby. Alright, 1 win under our belt. No problems with the deck so far. We can edit it in between the games, though, which is pretty cool. Slumbering Stone. Stone Scar Stranger will give us the double black. This is fine. This dragon is obviously a lot worse than I thought it was. Oh, could I cut the dragon? I don't think I could cut the dragon. I think I potentially would have redone the draft if I had realized that the dragon did what it did. I may have moved into fire sooner because we saw all of those really strong fire cards. Complete unless you have a unit, so that is fine. Yeah, execute seems insane though. I guess I give this -1/-1. If I do that... Yeah, then I don't have to use the execute. Alright. Let's give this -1/-1. Now my opponent would just be trading this in for a Warcry trigger. Oh wait, now they can't even attack with this. Never mind, that's how that works. You can't attack with creatures with 0 attack, so we have actually completely negated that card. Now we're just hoping to draw Soul Collector again. My opponent's deck is also Justice Time. They're getting a lot of life points over there. What do they play? Endurance. That's not great, but we do have this. Could have also sacrificed this guy to knock it down a peg. So we can at least block this. They're going to be able to gain the life back from that, though. Not really sure what else we can do. I guess we can wait to hit 6 mana and drop a dragon, right? That's a pretty good answer to this 1/4 flyer. Alright, maybe that answer got a little bit worse here. It's not a mono-faction creature, it's not a cheap creature, and it has endurance. So dealing with this guy is actually going to be a little bit tricky. See if we can scheme for anything. Giving her Strangers Flying could be good. Where do the other cards go? Alright, I'm not sure. Right, we do only just need to play this dragon. So taking a Primal Sigil is also, like, not crazy. But it is also kind of crazy. Strangers That Flying doesn't even answer it. Alright, let's just take Oblivion Spike. If we attack with the beast, what happens? We'd be trading it for a Bold Adventure, and then we'd redraw it. Don't love that. Oh, good call. Okay. See, I was thinking this isn't a fast spell, so I'm never going to be able to use it to kill his guy. But what Chad is saying is if I attack with this, he's going to double block. And then I will be able to execute it. No, he is going to single block like that. Alright, well, that is not what I was expecting. But I guess he can kind of just do that forever, too. Alright. We also just have to draw some more mana. But I didn't want to take the mana off of the scheme. That seemed a little bit like there was no point to that. Could also just put a Trickster's Cloak on the Thorn Beast and get in there. For now, let's just attack with the Thorn Beast, and would we want to attack with the Gargoyle? I don't think so. Alright. This isn't the route that I thought my opponent would take, just the chump blocking route, but this could work out for us too. Opponent still has to attack us 6 more times with this 3/6. And in that time, I'm sure we can find 2 more mana for the Sapphire Dragon, or my opponent will decide to block with their Beast. We could also probably just race it if I had put the Trickster's Cloak on the Beast. Alright, they're going to deny me a card draw instead of denying me the flyer here. No blocks. Do also have 1 +4 +0 and First Strike that we have access to. If this dies, then... No, that doesn't work. Let's see, do we want a Trickster's Cloak anything just for mana efficiency? No, I don't think so. Alright, let's just keep doing this. We're killing his guys at least, so... Alright, my opponent decides to get rid of that. Let's play Shadow Sigil. I don't know. This is pretty weird. This is pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie. My opponent will undoubtedly have, like, a pump spell or something when we eventually are able to clear this thing, right? Alright, well there is our last mana. We've got Dark Return. So I'm going to go ahead and just play Sapphire Dragon here. Got Dark Return if we really mess things up here. We're at 10 life points, so that's scary. Oh, they're going to silence my dragon and draw a card. Kill an exhausted enemy unit. Alright, no blocks. They're just going to leave back this 7/7 here. Now what are we doing? This is silenced forever. Oh, and they're grabbing that Dispel. Well, we know he's not hitting his land drop next turn. So we're not dead. I think they're just going to be silencing our Gargoyle. Oh, they might hit their land drop next turn, actually. This is pretty tricky. Let's go ahead and just get in for 8 here, though. Figure out the rest later. We can gain 5 life in a pinch, if that's really what we need to do. Alright, so I imagine my my flyer's getting silenced here. Alright, and they're playing another big monster. No blocks. Could start to chump block it now and start to just Dread Return it. Or Dark Return it, rather. Sure. Doing that mostly because I can't Dark Return the... Or I won't be able to do it on the last attack that he makes with it. Alright, let's crash in with the dragon. This might just be giving him lethal. No, alright, he's going to trade that off. That's fine. I'm going to spend my turn here on a Dark Return on the dragon. I know it loses its flying ability. Did I already use my killer? No, I didn't. So I do have one card that is just destroy target creature in the deck as well. So if we can buy ourselves some time, we can eventually draw that. My opponent has one silence in their hand. Okay. So what happens if we attack with this? And they don't block. Hit us in the air for 4, which means everything else has to block. But we have Steward. Yeah, I think we're safe to attack here. Yeah, he has another copy of the silence effect that allows him to draw a card. Alright, so we silence his graveyard there. I kind of want to just Dark Return the Gargoyle just in case. Buys us an additional turn. Alright, let's just replay this Gargoyle. I think we just need to buy ourselves some time until we draw that kill spell. And once we draw the kill spell, I feel like we're in a good spot here. Alright, so he's going to go for the silence on this guy. That makes sense. Removes the deadly ability. Means I can still chump block with this flyer. Oh, they're going to bring out some cockroaches, and they're just attacking with that. I'll go down to 1. No blocks. They're out of silence effects, so we can do this later if we need to. Draw a random card from the enemy player's hand. That's not going to be enough to save us here. I also have no creatures in my void, so this is literally just gaining me 5 life, which will gain me a turn here. I think I can attack somewhat freely. My opponent's just been sacrificing creatures into this. I do kind of have to watch out for... No, it looks like we're good here. Alright. So I'm 50-50 to just have a... But you know what? I can chump block this turn. So let's see. I chump block here. I put double blocks on this to trade with it. I trade with this, and I chump block the 2/5. Alright. We can subvert here, I think. Alright, I get 2 cockroaches. I'll take it. As long as he doesn't have another silence. I didn't realize we would get 2 cockroaches. That is kind of cool. Alright, he's going to give his guy trample. And he's going to attack with both of them. That's fine. That means we block here. And then... I don't know why he thinks this is good game. If he thinks it's good game, I guess let's do like this. No, wait, his last card's a cockroach. No, I stole his cockroach. Never mind. Okay, I stole his cockroach. We don't know what his last card is. Let's block like this. Alright, he killed the 1/1, the 5/5, and then he doesn't get to kill anything else. That's fine. And then we're chump blocking this. He's going to gain some more life. We need 2 more of my... Holy shit. Alright, well, we have Annihilate for this. Okay. Destiny is definitely no bueno here. Let's kill this. I think we can make it look like we're suicide attacking here. We attack with this. This attack is free. This attack is free. And we'll keep 2 chump blockers for his other thing. Alright. Yeah, I need 2 more units to die. Maybe I should have... Oh, shit. Maybe I should have blocked in a way that he would have definitely killed more units. Shoot. Alright. We can gain 5 here. Let's just take this out. Means we lose some health, but we're dead in 2 attacks anyways. Alright. He's going to clear our weapon. And he's going to make me sacrifice a 2/1. This could just be exhausted one time. Just be exhausted, you goddamn guardian. Alright, we have a chump blocker. Let's see if my opponent wants to block any of these things. Oh, we do need to block this as well. So let's keep back the crab. Come on, block one time, baby. Block me one time, you asshole. God damn it. Alright, chump blocker, let's go. What a crazy game. My opponent's going to go up to 46 here now. Again, I guess he was at 46 last turn. What patience from my opponent to never block here. Let's give him a good game, my friend. Let's swing out and just hope that he decides to block something here. He blocked! He finally blocked! Oh, we got him! We baited him with the good game, friend! Get fucking good game baited! Holy shit! Yes, dude! Yes, dude! Get baited. Sorry, Sonny. You thought it was a good game? Turns out it was a great game. Whew, I think we got this now. Yeah, now he just blocks there, takes 7 a turn. We keep this guy back to block. Stay at 1 life point, and continue to crush. We'll hold on to this power sigil. I think he's just hanging on to sigils over there himself. Either that or he's got, like, Roland in his hand or some other triple green cards. Oh, fuck you, Karmic Guide. Okay, we've got a blocker. Swing with this and this again. We got him with the good game bait. How does that mean? That's not... I mean, my opponent decided to block randomly after not blocking the entire game. The top unit of their deck gets Echo. That is really powerful. Alright, they're going to gain some life points back here. Not much we can do against that. What happens if we attack with the cockroach? Like, I have to keep swinging with this dragon. Why am I swinging with the 4/4? You're right. That's a good question. It does, like, potentially pressure him, but yeah, I guess it just gives him the opportunity to draw some removal spells. So if I swing with the dragon, I can trade dragon for the 3/3 if he double blocks. So I think now I just swing with the 4/4. Could also just swing with the 3/5, but it's less damage if he doesn't block. Oh, but if I just swing with the 4/4... Oh, that's lame. I have no good attacks here. I guess I can attack with the 7/5 and that'll clear up his board. It's my only good attack. Now I'm trading my 7/5 for a 2/5 though. Actually, I hate this. Wow. Okay. My opponent has chump blocked like very, very aggressively this game. Play a sigil of your choice from your deck depleted. Whew! Alright, that we can deal with. That was his top deck for the turn. We continue to bounce block here while my opponent gains 1 life. Oh my god! Oh my god, I think we did it. Alright, so we need this as a blocker. I guess there is no point in attacking with either of these. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, we'll just get in there for 7. We need to survive 3 more turns here. What a crazy game this has been. It's good to play your sigils sometimes, so that way they don't know you're just sitting on a bunch of sigils. Ooh, that's bad. That's going to give him an echoed creature. And another echoed creature. Like a cockroach or something? Oh, God. Okay. It's good that he was hanging on to those then. Alright, now this game's going to stall out a little bit longer. But now my opponent can't attack anymore. And I can, actually. Oh, God. Alright, my opponent goes up to 15. Oh, and they've got a lot of monsters. I just lose. My opponent just gets to swing out, and I lose. But what a crazy close game that was. I'm sure they see it. Yeah, all they have to do is attack with everything. Good game, my friend. That really was a wonderful game. We will, Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to block. You earned it. No blocks. GG. That was super close. Got down to 1. My opponent was at 50, and we almost stabilized. They just wound up drawing some more cards there at the late game. We also had to throw away so many things to not die, so... Yeah, we threw away a lot of resources just to protect our life total there. I think that there was potentially a better play in blocking my opponent's 7/7, where we just made sure enough creatures died. Like, we let them kill the 5/5, which we didn't let them, we gave them the choice. But that's letting them. Whereas if I had just blocked, maybe I had enough small creatures to block with, that my opponent would have killed all of them, and then my weapon may have had 6 attack. I'm not sure, though. I also think I misplayed on the Trickster's Cloak. I think that should have gone on my 5/5 as well, and not my dragon. Alright, so this stranger doesn't help us. I have the best card in my deck. I'm going first, though. Let's redraw this. Alrighty. I did just ship away the best card in the deck, but got some really good removal spells here, as well as a gargoyle to hold down the field. So not too shabby. When it attacks, gets +1 attack. It's got quick draw. It's actually going to be a little bit annoying. Maybe we want it to kill my guardian first, though. Could see that. Just blocking with the guardian so that we have... And then we could double block if we really wanted to. And that would clean up this guy as well. This card seems pretty good. I guess it does cost 2 mana, though. so let's just chump block there. That'll give us a 2/2 flyer. Warcry. Single faction. Nope. We could also just put double blocks on the Warcry guy, though. And then just plan on annihilating this later. That's fine. So that means we're not going to block with the Gargoyle. So let's attack with the Gargoyle. This card will gain flying in a minute here, which is interesting. But I just want to double block their Warcry guy. We'll take 3, so we're a little bit punished, but it did activate our Gargoyle, so that's not like super punishing there. And right, now we actually just get to play Steward of the Past. So that is perfectly reasonable. It's going to clear up their field here. Man, that was such a close game. Alright, Iron Sword on the Quick Draw guy. No. Oh, they both have Quick Draw now. Yes, yes, yes. No blocks. Alrighty. This guy does have a single faction. Let's crash. I think I'm going to Death Strike it. That allows me to annihilate plus Soaring Stranger next turn. Could also just Soaring Stranger this turn, which allows me to annihilate plus Death Strike it next turn. Yeah, let's do that, actually. That lets me keep my options open. If my opponent plays a big multicolored threat here, or multi-faction threat, then we'll get to clean it up. The sword, taking out my flyer. Don't love that. But that's my opponent's only play for the turn. I guess that's fine. Play Dark Wisp. Smash for 2 in the air. And both of our spells are fast spells. I don't think we get punished for just not activating them here. Ooh, invulnerable to damage this turn. Yeah, they're going to take that out. Alright. A little bit annoying, but we do get to finish that off with our flyer. Let us just Death Strike this. It's going to be the most mana efficient play. And block here. We know we're going to be annihilating this next turn, so no surprise. Ooh, never mind. Well, we get a little bit punished here then for the spells that we played. But we get to kill their weapon. We're pretty ahead on board now. Because we do get to kill whatever threat they tap out for here. No! Alright, we messed up. We messed up. Exhaust an enemy unit, so that doesn't stun it. Exhaust just exhausts it. Got really punished there for trying to be mana efficient, but we wound up drawing a card that significantly changed our plays here. +3 attack and overwhelm. Well, that is going to do us in. That makes us 1 and 2 here. It still felt like a pretty close game. I guess I should have just saved the more versatile spell. I wasn't imagining my opponent was going to play a 10-5 there. But that's on me. That one's on me there. Some pretty close games here for our losses, though, I do have to say. Nothing super strong, though. Alright, well, this hand is a definite keeper. Got maybe the best cards in our deck, in our hand right now. So I'm liking everything that we are working with right now. Got a Trickster's Cloak if we really want it. Don't think we do. Ooh, Execute's good, though. I'd love to execute after we've already played the Soul Collector. And looks like we will not get to do that because we need double black or double purple for the Soul Collector. Now I feel like I should cloak just so I can start attacking with something. Alright, there we go. There's our black mana. There's our Soul Collector. Hopefully no -1/-1 from my opponent's side of the board here. We shall see. Nope, just gonna get in for one. They are instead going to get in for 0. Okay. That is a interesting play, but it gives my opponent some red mana to maybe start developing on the board. Alright, there's an Obsidian Golem for them. Sounds good. I'll just play a Savant and ship it back. Now we can play everything in our hand. So that's pretty good. Can we kill that guy? Yeah, we've got 2 Executes and a Death Strike, so... Kill everything my opponent's got going on. They attack with this, we say that's fine, and we just give ourselves a 2/2 flyer. They are not going to go ahead and pressure us just yet, though. Quick Draw only works on the offensive, right? Doesn't work on defense. Let's just smash him for 6. Start getting a little bit aggro. This also baits them into attacking a little bit more here. Which is good for us. Alright, well if that's their only attack, we're just going to get a dude out of that. I'm happy with that. And they're going to play a Rebel Sharpshooter, and they're giving Rebel Sharpshooter Deadly. Well, that's pretty good. So I'm going to go Execute pre-combat, which is going to pump up my jams here. If I attack with this, they really can't block, right? Yeah, they can't block here. They would try to block with this, but that would not work out for them. Alright. So this will be good. If they do make blocks, like maybe they just try to trade here. I know they've got this combo going on, but it's only going to get more difficult to deal with Sin Collector here. And when they go for that trade, I will just Rapid Shot. That gives me a 7/7. It's going to be pretty hard for my opponent to come back in this, I think. Obviously, a Combust would be good on Soul Collector, but then I am at... Or any kill spell, because they are in Shadow over there. But even doing that is not going to be super great for them. I kill them 3 turns in the air with the... attackers here. It looks like they're going to try to stop the Soul Collector on the ground. I'm not even sure that's going to work. They'd have to quadruple block. And I'll trade Soul Collector for their whole team. Actually, even if they quadruple block, they don't have me. I just kill their 4-2, and then everything else chump blocks the Soul Collector. Alright, they're just going to go for the single, and they're going to try to put some pressure on me themselves. It's fine. We put them down to a pretty low life total here. We'll hold on to the Death Strike if my opponent decides to suit up. I will let them get their Warcry trigger, though. I think that that's fine. Also, considering if they go for the Warcry trigger, they won't even have a good blocker for Dark Wisp. So, that's kind of embarrassing. It's weird to get used to exactly when you can play fast spells, because in Magic you can play them at any time. Alright, that is going to be on the center lane creature. And... oh, they're just going for a start turn here? Well, start turn is fine. Let's clear out this guy. And now I've got a 9/9, so they've got to trade all 3 of their guys for it. Then I can just, like, Death Strike my 1/1 even. That seems pretty good. Oh, I should have swung with the 1/1, right? Would have meant I had lethal if they tried to triple block the Soul Collector. So I can Death Strike my 1/1, or I can just Death Strike... oh no, I do have to Death Strike one of their guys. Alright, let's kill this. That's going to clean the game up. I wasn't going for BM, I was just trying to see if there was, like, a potentially trickier play. Good game, my friend. Don't think they have any ways out of this. We've got 5 lethal creatures on the board. And we will attack with all of them. Easy peasy. That game was significantly easier than the other games that we played. But we didn't come here to play easy games. We came here to play some more tricky games here. Some trickier games. And see if we can claw our ways back into victory. Because those are the real fun ones. The ones that you write off and then come back in it and like, wait, I can still win this shit? That's crazy. Alrighty, how does this hand look? This hand looks way too slow. Let's redraw this one. I don't know if we were on the play or the draw there, but that hand just didn't have anything going on. We mulliganed, we drew the Soul Collector. That's not too shabby. We need another Shadow Sigil to be able to play the Soul Collector here now, but... other than that, I like it. Okay, well that will count as a Shadow Sigil. Now we just need 1 more power of any type. And I'm not sure if this stranger wants to be Thornbeast food. Considering the fact that it... yeah, I don't think it wants to be. Considering the fact that I can give my strangers flying in a minute, I think we just want to swing in for 2 here. Play the Feln Banner, and I'm going to skip sacrificing a unit here to end my turn. Oh, I also have the Strangers Are Deadly. Yeah, I don't think we want to block. Now it's just a matter of figuring out which is more powerful. Strangers Are Flying or Strangers Are Deadly? Or Serpent Trainer. Obviously Soul Collector's really strong, but I'm probably going to run out Soul Collector last. Alright, they negate our doggy here. Kind of like to not block into that. Alright, let's go for Soaring Stranger first. I think it might be the best card here, but my opponent would have to bounce it. It's not like they're going to have a way to just murder it. Alright, so they just go for that and attack us. Strangers Are Deadly is going to be really good here in a minute. For the time being, let's develop the Serpent Trainer. I'll wait till we have Soul Collector out till I chump block on the Terrazon. But that's going to be a minute still. Give a unit killer. Well, I don't love that. That's going to take out my flyer. That means they can Warcry again. And they're going to put a... Oh, right. Oh, weird that they didn't attack there. Well, now we want them to attack. How weird is that? I think let's play Soul Collector here. We attack. It's not like doubling this guy's attack is going to be that great just yet. We'll hang on to Recurring Nightmare. We can make some better uses out of him later. It's really strange that my opponent didn't attack with the Watchwing here. I think that that may have just been a misclick potentially. You and a unit. It's going to be on the flyer. And they're going to send in the clowns. I think I will just preserve... Well, that's a free block, right? So don't care about that. Does this have endurance right now? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to be able to get in. That's pretty sweet. Sure. I'll chump block. Give your units +1/+1 this turn. Okay, so we lose our guy. Maybe we should have seen that coming with the fact that he didn't attack the one time and then went for the attack on the second time around. We can play Strangers Have Flying here, or we can... I kind of want to disable this Warcry right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It means that we don't get the bonus on Recurring Nightmare, but we'll figure that out later. What's going to happen is this is just going to turn on when my opponent has a effect for it, but that's fine. And I think we can swing with the Soul Collector. My opponent doesn't have any good attacks with the healer anyways, so doing okay there. Alright, and we've got ways to trade with both of the Terrazons. That seems fine. Let's just trade here. Do we want to chump block to save ourselves some damage? Sure. At the very least, this is 5 creatures, or 3 creatures dying. It'll give us a 6/6. And we'll potentially make it easier. We can actually swing with this Stranger now. No, but this one we have to block with first. Okay, so that's a little bit tricky. Alrighty. So, we'll just play out my hand and then hold here. Flying Warcry, a little bit annoying. Even more annoying is drawing a Subvert when my opponent has already used up all their cards. Alright, well, we don't love that, do we? Alright. Looks like my opponent's just going to get their Warcries off. We'd have to hope that they draw an 8-drop. Alright. That's good. It's just a good card. It means it will eventually be able to outpace the Loyal Watchwing. Really want my opponent to have, like, Roland in their deck. Or some other dumb shit. Never thought I'd say that, but if my opponent plays some, or has some big dumb monster in their deck, They are going to create the 211 there. Alright, that's a good play from them. We're going to have to say no blocks. Take some damage there now. Double Warcry. Yeah. I figured this card was going to turn active eventually here. Thought we may have had some more time before that happened, but looks like that's not the case. Oh, it also has Endurance now. Ooh. That's really unfortunate. Just one more turn, though, and this Watchwing can't attack. And then after that, just 8 more turns, and the other Watchwing can't attack? I don't know. It's going to be a lot of Warcry triggers. That I can deal with. It's just another ground monster. Alright. This guy can't attack anymore. Endurance is real brutal. Alrighty. They could still draw a 9-drop. Is this guy just... Oh, and power +1/+1? That's really unlucky. So they're going to have a army of a board pretty soon enough here. I don't see Recurring Nightmare really being relevant ever. Let's just flop him down. Now we only need 3 more turns till the Psionic Savant can take out this guy, though. Holy shit. That's an 11/11. It's an 11/11. We do get to block it, though. Alrighty. Can we survive a turn here? I think if they just attack all out, we're like kind of boned. Alright, they came to the same conclusion. Alright. Alright, so clearly we want to do like this. I think we also want to do like this. I think we will want to chump block this, considering we're taking 9 here. Taking 9 in the air. Get to positive battle this. This might work out well for us. We can chump block here, trade here, and positive battle here. Leaves my opponent with almost nothing. We're going to get a big Soul Collector. We're going to take 9 and go down to 5. Oh, wait. We've got Rapid Shot. Does that change anything? Where are our 2 chump blocks? Oh, this is chump blocking the 2. Killing this, killing this. Yeah, so the only thing that we're leaving them with is a Terrazon. Do we want to lose this, though? Yeah, I guess we have to. Nothing else. Alright. Now we've got a creature much bigger than their Terrazon. We've got a 5/5 blocker that can battle with their guy as well. I think that worked out. Let's start the turn. This guy kills them in 2 attacks. That's got to be good enough. Wait, can we kill them in 1 attack here? How insane would that be? 18. We are so close. They're going to block this. So let's just attack with this. And we've got him dead in 2 attacks. Well, that turned around really quick, didn't it? This puts my opponent down to 10, which means next turn we've got 2 lethal attackers. So we've just got a bounce block on this. Stun an enemy unit. Whew. Okay, that's close. But stun can't attack or block next turn either. Wait, but they're letting... Oh, they're going to trade with this. Sure. So, yeah, now they have to chump block the Soul Collector. Yeah, I don't think this worked out for my opponent how they wanted it to. Alright, we finally kill that card that my opponent played on fucking turn 3. What else can we play here? Strangers have Flying. Strangers have Death Touch. Thorn Beast. Dark Wisp. Let's grab a Serpent Trainer, I think. Oh, that even grows this. That's dumb. Alright, they played an Endurance guy, but their Endurance guy's got a block, and then our opponent takes 12 in the air. So that'll do it. That'll make us 3-2 here. Respectable, but we've still got a little bit of ways to go. But we're learning. This is our second Eternal Draft ever. And, I don't know. It's definitely worse than our first one. I'll say that, though. Let's redraw this hand. This hand seems super slow, super mediocre. But maybe we can make something happen with it. As long as our opponent doesn't pressure us too much, Steward of the Past will be able to clean some stuff up. Just lead with the banner because I said so. We've got enough power sigils here that that's not going to matter. My opponent is black-red, which I think is the best color combination to have Steward of the Past against. This card is just really good. I'm glad I was able to pick one up for Constructed as well. I think he will do a lot of work for me. He single-handedly counters the deck that I play in Constructed, so he's got to be decent, right? Not much to say here. Opponent's playing kind of slow, and our hand doesn't have anything too exciting going on with it. I guess I can use this time for a short plug. If you are enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit that follow button. Also, in the panels in the description, I've got a link to my YouTube channel, which I throw up the VODs from all of my streams on, as well as some highlight clips and stuff like that. FlexiLol, thank you very much for the follow. Glad to have you. Never hurts just to mention that there's a follow button there. It always reminds somebody else new that they can follow along. Alright, well, Subvert seems good. Though we can also hang on to Subvert for another turn. And it's only going to get better. Yeah, but we might want to play the card that we steal or something like that. So we'll see. Oh, they might want a Lightning Bolt in response? I don't think so. I don't think Lightning Bolt in response is very good. Alright, we're going to get an Acolyte. That's not bad. Does trade with the Lightning Bolt. I would have much rather had the Lightning Bolt. There's a whole lot you can do with that card. Maybe it's not Lightning Bolt. Or Torch, as it's called in this game. Not sure why they didn't just call it Lightning Bolt. Huh. Well, we've got a Dark Return, right? Kind of don't love blocking this one. We get really punished if we block this one. And they have the Lightning Bolt. We just don't even kill their guy. Alright, they're going to Torch to finish it off. But that is fine. Because we'll get to Dark Return it back. And now they are out a Torch. Whereas if we would have just blocked the Quick Draw guy, I'm pretty sure we would have just lost our guy for their Torch for free. Oh shit, we silenced their guy so they didn't get two things. Oh, that's also another huge reason to block the 2/2 there. Okay. Giving one of your units +5 attack is pretty good, and good enough that I'm going to go ahead and grab that Steward right back so that we don't have to deal with that. Because that would be some bullshit. So let's grab Steward. It will be a 4/6 now. Ooh, that's going to be really tough to deal with from my opponent. That's going to be really, really tough. Can also make it have 8 attack and just start getting in there for 8. Don't love that. Though Death Strike makes that pretty appealing. We have so many ways to punish them if they block here. Let's just smack with this. You know what? I probably should have played Acolyte first. Because I think I am just going to put this on this guy. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, not a huge deal. My opponent would have been at 18. Yeah, right now it's still 8 plus 8 plus 12 kills them. Though I guess if I had done it first, it would have been 8 plus 12, just killing them straight up. Let's Death Strike this to start off with. And we're going to say no blocks on the 2/2. We are giving them Warcry triggers here, so maybe that's not great. Yeah, maybe that's not great. Would have changed my entire clock if I had just done this pre-combat, which I should have done. Needed to think about my turn for another second there. But it looks like we are in not too shabby of a spot here. I think I want to just try to clock my opponent now. So now I go for 6, then 6, then 8, plus Rapid Shot? I guess so. I hit him for 6 this turn. Next turn I hit him for 6 again, and then the last turn I'll hit him for 12 unblockable points of damage. If they block with the 1/1, that means I also get to attack with the 2/1, which I think will speed up my clock. Chump blocking with the 1/1 isn't horrible here. Other thing my opponent can do is attack with their 1/1, and then I'm in a position where, like, do I want to block this 1/1? Not really. Ooh, that's brutal. Alrighty. Now we gotta figure out something else to do. We gotta draw another threat. And we also gotta shut down this Warcry ASAP. Because now we are in a rather bad position, actually. Tempted to cloak up my guy. Huh. Can cloak up either of my guys here, I suppose. You know what? Let's attack for 2. I don't think that they will block here. Yeah, they don't. And then I will cloak up my other guy, and then they don't really have any good attacks. It's a little bit of a waste of a cloak. We're wasting the unblockable. My opponent should really be at 11 right now, though, which would also be a game changer and make the cloak, make the unblockability part of the cloak a little bit more relevant. Still don't really have any good plays, though when they draw a creature, it's going to be pretty insane. Okay, never mind. It was just a Thorn Beast. Sacrificing that, well, that we can deal with. We can rapid shot that. And that's not too big of a deal. Ooh, we got Recurring Nightmare. That will start to get in there. So let's just attack with Recurring Nightmare. Then it's going to return to our hand, and we can replay it all in the same turn, I think, here. Yep. That's pretty convenient. Double its attack. Should I have rapid shotted that? Would that have worked? The way that we needed it to? I have no idea. Oh, I'm gonna let them Warcry again. I really don't love letting my opponent Warcry nonstop. I just take out their Warcry. Alright, let's just take out their Warcry. You wouldn't replay it in case my opponent has like a Varna's Favor or something like that, I guess? Yeah. I just figured it was mana efficient, and I was kind of just curious if it worked like that. But yeah, I could definitely see that backfiring. My other question, though... Ooh, draw a unit from the void. Is that going to be a 3/3 goblin that makes a 1/1 goblin? Or is that going to be a 3/3 quick draw Warcry? 3/3 quick draw Warcry? Sounds good. 2 this turn. Well, that's insane. That also kind of rewards me for spending my mana on Recurring Nightmare last turn. So I'm pretty sure if I smash with Recurring Nightmare right now, it's going to put my opponent down to 10, double up to 4. No. But I can use the Dragon plus the Recurring Nightmare to deal a lot of damage. Alright, this should work. Let's go ahead and not attack with it this time. We're not sure what happens if you quick shot the Recurring Nightmare. I have a feeling that it would give it an additional +4 attack while it's in your hand. Yeah. And then like the temporary bonus would wear off. But it is hard to say. I probably could have tested it there, but let's just make the safe play here and not do anything too crazy. I'm going to go for a single block here. Yeah, those are my blocks. Sure. It would have been lethal, but we also have lethal anyways. I think we're okay. That's probably just a silly play. Maybe it was just BM. I'm not sure. But just chump blocking seemed bad. Just taking the damage, obviously, gave my opponent random ass outs that we didn't need to give them. We're going to attack with both of these guys. And that'll be enough. Alright, so that makes us 4-2 now, I believe. And that makes us silver in the draft league. Pretty cool. Going for rank 1 drafter. If somebody can tell me, do the ranked ladders reset? Do all of them reset every month? Is that how it all works? Because if so, then I definitely want to at least get on the leaderboard for top drafters. Draft top 100. It looks like they're all crystal. No, there's some diamonds or like stars or whatever. So I think we can do it. Maybe not. Maybe I'd have to play a bunch more and a bunch more off stream. This is only my second draft that I've ever done, but we'll keep it open as a goal for the future. Leaderboards are always sweet in games like this. Always add a little bit more excitement. So we've got a subvert. We've got a scheme. Executes good. We're on the draw. Scheme and subvert are really slow on the draw. We don't have a creature to go along with rapid shot. I think I'm going to redraw this one. The mana's good, but I could go for just a little bit more mana. This hand's a little bit worse. But maybe it works. Alright, another land. It all works out in the end. No problemo. We got there. We've got a stranger plus a death-touching stranger. Oh god, this guy's gonna get deadly and quick draw already? How? How do we deal with this? Wait, how do we possibly deal with this card? We've got to chump block it, and then we've got a dark return so that we can have a 3/3 out. I guess we could also just death strike it. I guess that's better. We don't 2-for-1 ourselves, we just take a little bit more damage. Don't love it. Alright, that leaves us with a blocker still for that guy. My opponent's deck is looking like it might be a little bit more synergistic than mine. If they have a kill spell here for the... that guy, no. Alright, they're just going to swing him with that. We'll deal with this eventually. Oh god, I have to kill that too. No, strangers have flying. Alright, let's do it. Let's go Primal Sigil. Give our strangers flying. Now if they kill this, they'll have a bunch of flyers in the air, but if they don't, then we've got good blocks for what they've got going on here. No kill spell. Transform a unit into a pig and then kill it. Oh, that's BM. Alright, my opponent's going to get some more flyers here. Eventually this Oblivion Spike will turn on. Oh, the fact that it's a pig means I can't even regrow it. Damn. We'll give our strangers Death Touch here then, and just trying to make the most mana efficient plays. We'll start Death Striking eventually here though. Spirit Drain. Alright, well that means our Oblivion Strike is online now at least. No blocks. So I think here I just Death Strike this because I'm going to have to do that. And then we set up the Oblivion Strike play next turn. I'll just hold on to Dark Return here. We don't have to use it. Keep around our Stranger for the Fanatic, just in case. Oh, Fanatic's coming in. Alright, let's trade off here. That's our block. That's our Death Strike. I think my opponent did that because they were thinking they're going to start pressuring me. Eventually I'm going to have to chump block, but I don't know. Feels like they just gave me that one for free. Alright, then they play a Gorgon Fanatic. And a Gruon. I don't love this. What can I do with 7 mana? I can make a 3/3, right? Alright, let's go grab a 3/3 because my life total's too low here. Sure. Depends how many flyers my opponent attacks with. They attack with both flyers, I think I don't block. I think if they attack with both, I just go like this. Take 4, go down to 3. But that lets me crash back with this flyer. And then set up Oblivion Spike. And hopefully, I think this lets me stabilize. I get to attack with this. I'll infiltrate. So I'll have a blocker to trade with their hatchling. Yeah. Alright, this works. This puts us at 6. I can kill that for free unless my opponent attacks into my guys here. Alright, they're going to attack into my guys. Let's trade flyers. I still get to kill this, just not for free. Oh, you know what? Oh, do I want to play the Subvert now? Well, it's my last chance. I think I have to play Subvert now. It's my last chance to play it. Oh, I can kill the Gruon for free. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, I'll kill the Gruon for free if the Subvert winds up being lackluster. Alright, it's a Primal Sigil. That's fine. Let's just take this guy out for free. And now I can't take any more damage or I lose my weapon. Ooh, that scheme's gonna be good. Oh, if they have a kill spell here. They have to have a kill spell, right? No kill spell one time. Kill spell's so brutal. Ah, damn it. Alright. It's gonna give them a 4/4. And now I'm in chump block mode because they've got a 4/4. That was really unlucky. Maybe I should have just made the safer play there. If I'd killed the Infiltrator. I mean, I still have outs to this. And then we're just in top deck mode against our opponent. Yeah, it's hard to be in top deck mode and then have your opponent play a card that gives them such good card quality. Alright, that is going to be the end of our draft run here. As our opponent attacks with both of their creatures and finishes us off. We'll make the best blocks here, go down to -1. Those were some fun games today. Wound up going 4-3. Obviously not super horrible. We still get to keep our silver draft rating, but we're going to need to draft better than that if we want to make it out alive here on the top of the draft leaderboards. For right now, 4-3, 3 gold chests. Let's see what we get. I'll get 3 packs out of that. That's pretty cool. As well as 1,500 gold and some change. Looks like we didn't really lose that much gold there. Let's see what our booster packs have in store. A Dark Return, the card that just beat us. Another Gorgon Fanatic. This is my 4th Sand Warrior now as well. And the rare is a Vault of Praxis. Well, if that card is constructed viable, we've got 2 of them now. But I don't know. Seems like it might be a little bit slow for constructed. Another Execute. That'll finish off the playset of those. And Renako Artisan. All weapons in your deck at +1/+1. I have some crazy powerful effects in here. Just in this game in general. Alrighty, another static bolt. That's good because I didn't have a playset of static bolts yet. Another nesting Aevasaur, the Serpent Trainer, and our last rare is Spell Swipe. Negate an enemy spell and draw it. Well, that's pretty cool. I don't know exactly how powerful that is, but seems like it might be good, especially maybe in some of the controllier matchups or something. And we've got some Shadow and Primal cards that we potentially want to play. That is going to be the end of the stream for me here today, guys. If you enjoyed the stream, please hit that follow button to be notified when I go live. And also go check out the YouTube page in the panels in the description. My YouTube page, I throw up all of the past stream VODs from my Twitch channel, as well as highlights of cool games and different things like that. Other than that, I will be back tomorrow, stream from 12 till about 5:30 p.m. on weekdays that aren't Tuesday. Tuesday my schedule is a little bit more limited, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my spiel. Thank you guys for watching. And no problem. It's been my pleasure. Have a good one. Peace.